Guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a new release from Dior. This is for Dior Backstage, and they have another of their palettes out. This is the Khaki palette, and this is what it looks like. Now, I almost didn't get this, and I'm so glad I did, because it looks a little bit different in person than it does online. Today it's very cloudy. I've been waiting tick tock for the sun to come out, and maybe it will before we're done, and if so, then we'll definitely take another look at this. But I was pleasantly surprised. So this to me is the only color that's actually khaki. This to me is kind of a mossy or maybe a forest kind of green, and this one very similar, except for it's lighter in tone. I love this mustard. Mustard goes with green quite well. The shade that surprises me is this. Why wouldn't they do a gold for this? So I just want to swatch it and see. Yeah, I would think gold would be the right way to go with this palette for a top coat. So we're going to just do a little bit of swatching here. This one is the base, which I think is a very nice formula. This would be all over the lid. And let's just do this entire row. There. Grace is like, why is the door shut? I don't like it. So that's that row. I think there's a bit of shimmer or reflective quality in here. It could be a satin, but this appears to be matte, and this is, maybe you would say, a satin. This row, so this is a topper, and this is kind of a gold color and a medium tone brown. So I hope you can see you can get more than just khaki out of this. You can get yourself a nice little neutralish, neutral warm look using these kinds of shades. And then the mustard and the true khaki. And there they are. So I think there's a lot that you can actually do with this. It looks like it's a one-note palette, but I don't think that it is. I happen to really like this formulation. I can't compare it to the other one. Hi, baby girl. But, you know, I'm not a scientist, but I think both of their formulations, if these are different than the Quince, are very good on crepey eyes, which is something I appreciate. So while I was there, I decided to get this blush that is kind of a cult classic. It's just called Pink. I don't think that it's really going to work here. I think I might go for something a bit warmer, but I definitely, oh, there's a mirror in it. I didn't know that. But I got this as well, and we'll play with this some other time. And then, you know, at the end of the video, I will come back, I'll change my clothes, I'll do my hair, and have a nice final look. But this is like my working outfit for the day. And I'm just going to do my fingers and do the base. I'm wearing nothing but skincare and sunscreen. And I'm going to take this all the way up to the eyebrow. And now let's go in with, what kind of look do we want to do today? I mean, I think you could do an evening look with this, with maybe a little bit of this on top for lightness. And you can do a daytime look with this, and maybe this. Ooh, you could also do these three together. This really does deserve two looks, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to do what my instinct tells me, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to go in with this mustard because it's one of the lighter colors, and drop the palette, and I'm going to put it up here. Yeah, it's not that dark. Oh. This is a satin. I did not realize that. Look how I'm building that, or working it in, and it becomes brighter and brighter. So this is not mustard. It is in fact gold. Okay. Okay. Well, it's cloudy. The light not so good. Super pretty. Super pretty. Now this one does appear to be a matte, so let's kind of give myself a little bit of a crease. I'm hardly touching. I just wonder if this color might be a little bit too dark for me. I'm not going to bring this down, but rather bring it up a little bit. Yeah, I think for what I want to do, I should probably be using a brush that's even smaller. So I'm just going to go in with a Q-tip from underneath and just take a little bit off. Right. So instead of what I usually do, I'm kind of like bringing it out and up a little bit to kind of open up the eyes and emphasize the tilt of my eyes, which is up. And I'm just, she's like chewing things that she got in the trash. What is that? So I think I'm going for a more dramatic look than I was kind of initially thinking. I'm just plain. I am kind of thinking here. And this is a 217 brush. I'm just going to work it into the brush. So I'm going for a dramatic look, but no doubt in my mind that you can get a lovely daily look out of this. And these two colors together are so, so lovely. You know what I always kind of regretted? I remember when Anastasia came out with that palette that everybody, it was a complete failure and people would take their brushes and do this until it went to pan. I can't remember the name of the palette, but it had a couple of different greens and a couple of different yellows, and they're such a nice pairing. Let's just blend it up into that darker color. Wipe it off and make sure the edge is nice and soft, but it really doesn't need that much blending. The edge looks nice and soft. And for some reason, I'm liking this side better than this side, which is just about never the case. Now, I'm going to go in with this teeny rougher. It's an 03. It's a teeny pencil, and go in with this matte green. I want to say Annie, but it's not. And now she has a piece of Kleenex that she's having a lot of fun with. I'm going to use this on the lash line. That's nice, especially over the gold. And I'm going to see if I can do this on my waterline. I usually don't put powder right there, but it would be awfully pretty. I do have a Charlotte Tilbury pencil. It has green, but I'm not sure it's the right green. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. It's probably stowed away someplace. I'm going to turn off the camera, put on my foundation, my concealer, my brows, my mascara, and then we'll talk about cheek and lip options for this kind of look. I just did my foundation and I haven't done everything else, but I just wanted to share something with you. Looking at the eyes, I feel like I wish I had concealer right here and right here. And so I'm going to do a little bit there, which is tough. The perfect brush would be this one, but it has green all over it. So I'm taking, my other two choices are something even smaller, and I think that's too small, and this, which is probably a little too big. You know what, I'm going to do this smaller one and just show you how I'm going to brighten up the area. Just put a little bit on the finger. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, which I love so much, and it's also a little bit light, which I think I want. And I'm just going to go over this dark area. It's like I'm painting. And now I'm just going to blend. Now I'm going to take the one that's a little bit larger and just kind of blend it, feather it, and now wipe it off and make sure the blend of the gold color is nice. I removed that darkness, which is super, super important, especially if you're using colors like blues, burgundies, and greens, because those are the kind of colors that we tend to get on the inner corner, and doesn't it just improve things so, so much. So a little bit of lesson, and now I'm going to do some other things. We'll come back. The sun is out, so again, I want to just show you the swatches, and I want to open this up because I think it might look a little bit different with the sun out. Maybe it won't, but it definitely looks different than it does online. And I feel like, again, I don't know why, I'm liking this side better. It could just be because of my light. I just did a little bit of mascara, and I'm just kind of doing a blend is all right up here, so there's nothing hard. And I haven't done my brows because I'm telling you, this serum I'm using is really, really working. It takes a while, as many things in life do. I'm just going to fill out a little bit. This is where I actually want the hair to grow. I didn't do any concealer. I just put my foundation under my eyes, and I did a little concealer, of course, right in the center, which you saw. So I'm just taking this brush right here because I feel like I need a little bit right there. And the powder that I put under the eye, it came off a little bit, but not a lot, and it didn't transfer down here. So I really, really like that in that particular position. And I like the shape that I have going on. And let's talk about blush and lips. So this is Hourglass. It came out a while ago, and I don't use it very often, but I think with this look, it might be very, very nice. Kind of a rosewood, but sometimes it looks a little bit warmer than that. And I think what I'm going to do is take some on my finger. Just a little something. The foundation I'm wearing, everything will be linked below, you guys, but it's the Clé de Peau, which I haven't worn in a while because I feel like I've been testing a lot of foundations, and you know, oftentimes when I sit down I think, oh, I have to do this, I have to use that, and I love this, and I thought, ooh, I need to put this on today. It's so nice to have it on my face. It's so, so pretty, and a little goes a long way. And this is a Shiseido lip, and again, too small for me to read, will be linked below, and same kind of color, it's right here. So it relates very, very nicely to the blush. So here's one way to go about it. I'm going to change my shirt, but you could also do something that's a little bit more orangey. I don't have a lot in the orange area when it comes to blush or even lips, but I do have a couple of things in mind, and we'll just add to what we have. Well, I'll take off the lip and we'll add some cheek color, but this is one way to go about it, where we're doing kind of rosewoody tones with this green, and I think it's just super, super pretty. Off with that lipstick, and let's try a couple of blushes. Oh, let's just try one blush. And again, linked below because I have to look up what it's called, but this is from Sept, who make the most beautiful blushes, and I'm going for this kind of cantaloupe color. And there's a bit of a highlighter in this as well. There's a lovely sheen to these colors. And I'm not wearing bronzer or contour or anything, but oof, those two colors together, pretty nice. And another Shiseido color, again, too small to read. It will be down below. I remember when I bought this a couple of years ago, and I thought, I don't think this is a good color for me. And the essay said, yes, get it. This is a great transition color. And it's a totally different look, I think, with these two finishes. So what do I think? I think this is lovely. I'm so glad I have it. I will not be returning this. And, you know, my favorite green was from Kim Kardashian, which I know, believe me, the only thing I've ever bought from that brand. I've never bought anything from Kylie, but it was such a pretty, pretty palette. And it came out right before she closed her company, so I can't show it to you anymore, but it was a really well done palette. And now this is going to be my favorite green palette. I have tried a couple from Melt. I think Melt had two. And I found that the Melt is not good for creepy lids at all. You have to blend it for an eon, and it kind of falls away, and the colors get super muddy. You have to be very careful with that one, and I just found it to be one of the more frustrating palettes I've ever worked with in my life. This one, not frustrating at all. And you know, I went to go change and I looked in the mirror in the bathroom, close up, and I thought, you know what? This could be evening, but I would not feel uncomfortable wearing this during the day. It's not really that loud. Maybe it's because I'm hooded and I put on my mascara, and what you see is just a little bit of color here and hardly anything here. It's not that dramatic, and I absolutely believe that I could put together an easy daily look without going into these deeper colors, and certainly without the gold, where I could do exactly the same thing. Instead of the gold right here, I would use this one, and instead of this green, I would do this one. And it would be a much more subtle, everyday kind of look with the exact same application. But I'm pretty happy, and I'm really happy with both of the blushes and both of the lips. And it might depend on your skin tone, like which one is going to make it work for you, because greens can be hard on some people. I'm just going to move back a little bit because I feel like I'm really too close, and the sun is still out. And there we have it. Big thumbs up from me. Great for fall, great for winter, and I love it. It's not unusual that I would love a Dior palette, but I do. And that's going to wrap up today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.
Lucy! Oh my God! You're giving cookies to other dogs? Look at her. I'm filming Lucy. Not you. I'm not getting your face. Don't worry. Just the dog. All I can see are your kneecaps. Lucy, what?
Lucy, I miss you. I miss you, baby.
Look at her.
I know. You don't give me that street anymore, right? For now.